say there.
Closed.
So this is B Fixed at Talladega. It is a 25-lap race. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, plug the channel, as I always do, and we're going to get set for 25 laps here at Talladega. Cautions are on. These races have been absolute crash fests, but you know, I'm still trying to get my first win of 2018, so hopefully this will be it. I'm starting 4th in the number 12 car. He had a pretty good qualifying lap, so I've got decent position starting up front. The field, let's see, how many cars are in this field? 23, so ought to be a pretty good race. Hopefully everyone kind of keeps their head connected to their shoulders by the neck, as it's supposed to be, uses their brains, and we get a good clean race. Good luck, guys. Let's keep it clean out there best we can. Oh my gosh. Mariusz Lesinski, I'm gonna say that that's how that's pronounced, is starting on pole. He's got an Elliott Sadler One Main Financial paint scheme. Got Billy Hutson up there starting in 2nd place, and then the number 1 of Cedric Hunter. We'll take a look at what he's got going on. Can't see much of that, actually. It's an interesting paint scheme. So once we get rolling here, which we're 9 seconds away from that, going to be able to see what he's got. Bets are open, so you can make a bet. I cannot tell you, there's no strategy that I've found that works for predicting what happens at Talladega. I usually do DraftKings and stuff like that during the season, and it's as unpredictable when the pros do it as it is for this. Oh, that's cool. It's a custom discount tire and auto paint scheme that the one's got on his car, so that's a good looking car. That looks neat. I actually really like that. That's a pretty clever scheme. I like that scheme one. That looks neat. I like that. So here we go. Starting in 4th place. Mike, that's Bet Crash 500 if you want to do that. But remember, Crash only pays out if I have to tow. If I am able to limp it around and get the repairs, I don't think Crash pays out, unless the engine... I don't know, if the engine blows in the pits, I'm not sure how it works. But yeah, that may well be a good bet. I'm hoping that you lose, Mike, though. Nothing personal, but I hope that that doesn't pay off for you. You can look at the bet leaderboard there on the screen and see that Austin Harnick's got the lead right now. I'm thinking that it might be just, you know, the rear decklet space I might make for the, you know, bet winner for each week, and I'll just change that around and display it there. Or maybe I'll put it on the back of each car with the channel name. I think that's a pretty cool prize for the bet winner. So we'll see. I'm going for the win. What happens, happens, but I'm trying for the win each time. So here we go, dropping it into 2nd.
I thought clean them up real good here. Get ready to go.
I know what my job is here. My job is to get a good start and give that 4 a shot and see what happens. Exclamation mark bet.
Right, big man.
Then win, top 5, finish, or crash, and then the amount that you want to bet. You start with 1,000 credits, 4ID Fox 85. Here we go. Waiting for it, waiting for it.
Green, green, green.
Green flag came out, everyone's on the gas. I didn't get the start that I wanted because I wanted to be able to give the 4 a shot right off the start there. But it looks like I'm going to be able to give him a little bit of a push. Oh, that jerked him loose. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, 4. I thought I was squared up well on you there.
Working the
Looks like we still might be in good shape here. I'm just not going to push through the corners. These things are too jumpy. Best thing I can do in the corner is just kind of ride right close to their bumper, get a good run off, and try to push coming off the corner. I thought he was going down to the low line, so I popped up there. Here we go. Outside line's got a good push now. That 9 car might be going to the front. Can't see his name. He's off of my relative, Michael Dorsey, to the lead with a good push from Billy Hutson. Now he drops down to the inside and gets turned. My goodness.
Wow, man, you can't pick the lane right now.
I'm not sure if that was a problem with him picking the lane or... There you go. That's a good bet for ID Fox, hopefully. So, we did 2 laps and we've already got a caution. That didn't take long at all. 7 really needed to check up.
He was doing. He was on the outside. He looked like he was going to come in front of me, then he stayed on the outside and cut in front of my nose last minute.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a late move. Yeah, and I mean, guys have been complaining about it. It really is true. You saw that when I got into the 4. These bumpers just don't line up well. You really can't hit in the corners. And you especially can't hit on the left side part of the thing, so...
That's what I mean. He hit the apron and the car behind him plowed him.
You know, that didn't work out too well, but I'm going to be restarting now on the outside of the front row. So, that puts me in a vulnerable position because you can get bumps.
Safety car in turn 4.
These cars, it just really seems like you cannot bump in the corners. Definitely not if you're to the inside, but even if you're keyed up straight, it seems like it really upsets them.
Trucks, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can bump in the trucks, but again, you know, you can't be keyed to the inside of the car. If you're skewed at all to the inside when you bump the car in front in the corner, you're going to turn them. But I was...
That much they've got accurate to real life.
Yeah. And I mean, understand also, you know, it's not exactly like real life because you don't have the lag spikes and the netcode and stuff in real life, so you're really putting your fate in the hands of iRacing's netcode anytime you bump in the corners.
You don't even really need to bump. I mean, if you're just right on the guy's butt, you'll still be fast. I mean, you can do pushing on the straightaways. You don't really need to in the corners.
I agree with that. It just seems like all week long, doesn't matter how many times you get wrecks that happen because of people pushing in the corners, that everyone still tries to do it. I tried to do a little one on the start with the 4 and almost turned him, and I was squared up as well as I could be, and it still almost, it looked like it got him really loose. So sorry about that, 4. I was trying to help, but you did a good job of saving it. But yeah, now everyone in this race should know. No bumping in the corners.
Oh, I guarantee you that's not going to be the last person that gets bumped in the corners.
No. Pickup Cup, yeah.
Somebody turns me, I'm standing on the brake.
Yeah, the 2007 trucks, yeah, that's the Pickup Cup race that I was just using. Those can bump. But, yeah, in Class C, the C Fixed trucks, it's, well, you can do it, but again, you can't, if you're skewed at all. So, let me try to illustrate this. Right now, I am
two guys are good with it,
squared up
each other, no
on the 4.
Means,
but if I bump him like this, that would turn him. This is okay. If you bump him on the right side of the bumper, that's fine. Squared up, is like this. You want to be squared up or a little bit to the right, and that's okay. If you want a real good tutorial for this, go back and watch like the 2011 Daytona 500, the one that Trevor Bayne won, when all of the Cup guys were trying to figure out how that tandem draft was worked for the first time. Because before that, before they made the new car and drivers figured out that the bumpers matched up, you go and watch old Daytona 500s, old plate races, you will never, ever see anyone bumping in the corners because
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
it would cause a wreck.
7-3. You're gonna be
With the new body style, all of a sudden, people have it in their head they can do it, and on iRacing, they see the pros do it, and they think, oh yeah, I'm going to do that too. And some of the guys who are really good at it, you'll see the guys who come in with the pro licenses who are really good, they can make it work. But for the most part, bumping in the corners does not work, and you see a lot of guys trying to do it who can't do it right. Sup, Chatterbox 5?
I'll get right on your bumper, but I won't push you in the corners. I'll try to just stay like about just enough to give you the room.
Maybe. I don't think that pushing on the left side corner is a good idea. But if you figured out a way to do it with your partner, that's fine.
I'm observing right now, planning what we can do.
Photano, hey man, I don't blame you. Crash is usually a pretty good bet. The only reason why Crash isn't a good bet is that usually the way that these wrecks work is that if you'll get enough damage from the crash that it'll bend the metal and take you out of contention for the win, but it's not all, it's more common that you'll get that and it'll knock you back for outside of the top 5 finish, but actually knocking enough damage into it so that you have to tow is relatively rare. So here we go, starting on the outside, just gonna go when the 4 goes. I got the 1 pushing me, so that ought to work out okay. Hopefully he doesn't try to go 3 wide. That's what always worries me when you got the number 1 car in these races, is that number 1 on their door puts a little bit more confidence in them, and they might try some really bold moves. They'll be less apt to actually help you. But hopefully he lines up with me and we can get to the front here. But yeah, making clear, decisive moves is really what you need to do. I was a little late on that start, unfortunately. Got a good push from the 1. He kind of did what I was going to try to do to the 4 on the initial start. 21's looking like he wants to pass the 4. I do not know what the 21's game plan is right now. It looks like he really wants to go make this thing in the middle 3 wide. I hope that the 1 didn't do damage to his front with that bump. The Mustang looks a little bit warped and twisted. Oh, the 21 needs to learn how to hold line. My goodness. I'm going to try to get clear of these guys.
Nowhere to go right now, Ryan.
It's just making me nervous. Running a decent line. Just got to hold it steady. Use the lines to help that. That 21's coming up too high. And trying to make it 3 wide. And he just kind of screwed himself and his partner over. There we go. Got the lead, at least for half lap. See what happens now that I got the 1 behind me. I know that he's going to make aggressive moves. Hopefully he'll stay right with me, and we'll be able to hold this lead for a little bit. This is the safest spot to be right here. Up front, leading laps. 2 races in a row that I've led laps. That feels pretty good. Just holding it as steady as I can. and hoping that I don't get a bump in the corner. Your fate is in the hands of the driver that's right behind you.
Watch it.
There's a good bump. Oh, it feels nice having someone behind me who knows how to bump. All right. I know that I'm going to get set up. You know, he'll try to put a move on me at some point in this race. Just a question of where and when, and how good of a push he gets. There he goes. He's looking right now. I'm not going to block. He's going to get a big shove from the 21. I've got the 4 with me on the inside here. So I've got a better pusher, I think, than the 1 has on the outside there. That 21 is not a good pusher at all. But we'll see how this works. I want a good shot from the 4. There we go. That's going to keep me edged out front. And when we go through this corner on the inside, I just hope that the 21 doesn't turn the 1 down into me. Clear to the top side. Now the worst thing that could happen is if the 4 jumps up in front of the 1 and those 2 get connected, that's 2 good drivers. They'll probably be able to put a move on me. 9 laps complete. I think I've led 3 now. Getting a little bit of a bump there. That's exactly how to do it. Just little taps. You don't want to slam into the guy's rear bumper. Just little taps like that is perfect. Only concern for him now is that if he's too well tucked up, it'll really cause that car to overheat pretty quickly. Running through 3 and 4. Going to put another lap lead on the board. Keep it glued right down to the yellow line. I don't want anyone thinking like they can make a move on me. Really wish they would just make that a double yellow line like they do in real life. But technically you can actually pass and not get penalized. Okay, this is a problem. The 15's got help from the 1. The 1's probably the best pusher in the pack right now. And that's a good push that he's given to the 15 of Keelan Riley Howell. He's going to go right by me. I'm not going to turn him. Just crack the throttle a little bit. Get on his bumper and push him. Going down the straightaway. Oh. Sorry. That was a bad spot. I know, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you there.
I'm good. I saved it. Stuff like that happens. Don't worry. Still out there.
I was trying to stay tucked up without hitting you. I know you can't hit through the tri-oval.
Still there. Yeah, it's alright.
So now the 1 has worked himself to the lead of the inside, and the 21's leading the outside draft. Another good bump on the 1. Just running cracked throttle through the tri-oval. That's how you keep tucked up without actually hitting them. If you notice, I'm not actually sure if you can see the telemetry anymore, but I run cracked throttle through the corners and then get closed up and hit them going down the straightaway. That temperature gauge is getting scary close to too high. So I'll have to, oh geez. At 21, I knew the 21 was going to do something stupid.
Watch out. Stop.
Oh, I've got damage too. I've got a good bit of damage. Wow. I'm going to have to stay out though. Let's see.
Yep, I got a bit.
So what happened there? Did someone hit the 21 in the turn like we all talked about that you shouldn't do?
lining up behind the one.
So I shouldn't have too much damage here. I think I'm going to stay out and try to hold the track position.
No, I felt it a couple laps ago. Somebody got me going into the corner, and I got a little sideways. I didn't see nothing, but I should have.
Good turn 3, guys. Good turn 3.
I'm going to have to stay out. I can't
16, you're fine.
I just can't
to destroy your rear end, but good.
give this up.
Good job, I did it.
Hey, one, can you tell me how bad my damage looks?
Probably about 30 seconds worth of damage. It's not terrible, but it is there.
Eighth turn.
Yeah, I'm just going to risk.
In a pack, you'll be fine. I wouldn't recommend leading though, but you'd definitely be fine behind someone.
Yeah, track position's too important right now. I'm just going to stay out and try to tough it out. No engine damage, so I should be fine.
Well, now we have to go.
Oh my
hard,
goodness,
so
how do
we're
I have
gonna
37
a handful
viewers?
left.
Did someone host and not tell me?
No, you're not supposed to tell anybody.
Welcome, guys. Here we go. Lap 14, still running second place. Gonna have 2 laps to green now. Got a little bit of damage, hopefully it's not too much.
Ryan, did
I
you
only
get caught
got
up
hit in the
that?
door, so I should be able to hold it in the draft. I'll just try to tuck in behind someone as quick as I can. That might nix my World of Kenduchi. Thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. Appreciate you. So... Easy with the white wine. This is water, I promise you. There we go. I know, Byram. You don't believe me. But, this is water in a Glenlivet Grand Reserve, Founders Reserve bottle, which reminds me, I need to go get some more of that. I got the Trader Joe's single malt scotch, and it's just not, it's good, but it's not as good as the Founders Reserve stuff. Nice, JD Smoke. You have to keep us posted if anything big happens in the Tulsa shootouts. You know, I'm sure that even though it's pay-per-view, Mute Ruiner, welcome. Thank you for the follow. If you follow me and I miss calling it out, by the way, HET1245, thank you for the follow. So if I miss the follow and I don't call it out during the race or immediately when it happens, I always go back and call those out after the race completes. So thank you guys. I really appreciate the follows. Welcome to the stream. Make yourself at home. Hope you enjoy it. I'll probably do at least one more race after this one completes before calling it a day. Depends on what time this thing finishes. If it finishes before 45, I'll do Stafford. If it finishes after 45, then it's going to be C Fixed. Hopefully it finishes in time for me to do Stafford. We'll see. So here we go. I'm going to be on the outside, leading the
Again, somebody's been
outside
your
line.
back bumper off, man.
Time to go.
10 laps to go. Well, we'll see how it does in open air here. The side, I know that I got hit in the side. It didn't hit me in the front. So that's, you know, kind of caved in the side and bent the hood up a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. Got me a 4X, which I didn't want. Nerlin, how's the Dega racing so far? So far, all I've had is bad luck. Spins in front of me, and boom, no chance to avoid it. That's kind of been mine. I have not gotten a top 5 at Talladega all week. I've done, I couldn't tell you how many races. It's been more than 10 between A, B, and C Fixed. Preben T, thank you for the follow. But yeah, most of the wrecks that I've been in, honestly, because I've been running up front, it's not people spinning in front of me and I can't avoid it. It's guys either getting into my rear end or they'll kind of like what just happened, where they'll spin next to me or behind me and slide down into my door and take me out. You know, I was just lucky that that one was more of a square hit in the door and it didn't actually turn my car. But I've had, I had the one that I did yesterday. I was on the outside down the back straightaway, and the cars in the car in the low lane came up across the nose of the car in the middle lane, and that turned him into my left rear bumper and spun me out. So that's kind of been my story with Talladega, is that, you know, running up front, it's good if the wrecks are far enough behind you, but if they're immediately behind you, the wreck sometimes actually moves forward and can take you out. But they've all been crash fests. Yeah, iRating and safety rating in Dega can be a real killer. Safety rating in particular. Here we go. Looks like it's holding okay so far. We'll see what happens when we get down into the corner here. I'm looking for an opportunity to tuck in. Nothing yet, nothing yet. I should be able to tuck in right behind this 18. There we go. So we'll see how this works. I just want to be down on the inside line, tucked in a draft, and try to get as good a finish as I can. In the draft, I should be able to hold, but with this damage, I definitely can't lead, it seems like.
Still out there.
Which is too bad, because I had a good shot at winning the race before that wreck happened. Led a few laps in this one, but got caught up in that wreck just badly enough that it's probably taken away my shot at winning. But we'll see. You never know what can happen. We got 8 laps to go, and I'm right on the inside behind the 4. Just going to try to stay squared up and tucked up. Car's not damaged so badly that it can't hold a draft, and looks like the outside line actually has another damaged car that's leading that pack. So I won't be trying to lead the outside line here, but I'll get tucked up behind someone, and probably my strategy here is to just stay down to the inside, tucked up as close as I can, hope that, you know, I can't overheat the thing. My goodness. You just run so close at this track. You get used to it after a little while, but, well, you get as used to it as you can. But honestly, it's nuts. Trying to get a top 5, first one of the week. Well, first one of the week at Talladega. I've gotten top 5s at Stafford all over the place. And got a top 5 in Pickup Cup. Two outside, so that's another 3 wide situation. There goes the 4 to the outside, and I'm going to get right behind the 6. I was racing with Nick yesterday. I wouldn't mind pushing him to a win. That's the way that it has to be. I can't really do much for myself in terms of getting the win, but I think I might be able to push someone else to a win with this heat. 4 car cuts down. He's got the lead. Going to be 5 to go this time by, so now I'm helping the 4. Not going to push him in the tri-oval. Oh, goodness me. They're all over the place. Well, nothing I could do to avoid that.
Get that toy from that guy so he couldn't bother me. I'll sign it here. A flippin' demolition derby out here tonight.
It is a demo derby.
Go ahead and bring
Now
it
it's
on
got
into our box.
the
We'll take a
meatball.
quick look at it. You're gonna have to come around to 13.
Yikes.
All right, buddy.
Dang it.
Behind the 22.
That's frustrating.
Get behind the 22.
I don't think it's going to make me actually obey that meatball. We'll see, though. Let's see. I don't know how bad it's hurt. There was just no avoiding that. No, maybe there was.
Race is over, ain't it?
I think so. Story of my race. Story of my week. Had a great, had a great run going, but there's just nothing you can do with that.
I love getting Parker braked after I missed the wreck.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse, but that's frustrating. Oh, I was doing everything right. Yeah, Dega happened. Just it's just Talladega. Uh-oh. Did the 22 just blow? I think the 22 blew an engine.
I'm not sure who doored me in the tri-oval, but I didn't need that.
Get behind the
They
22.
wrecked in front of the 4 wide, yeah. They wrecked way in front of the 4 wide. I don't know what you're going on about, 20.
Yeah,
Around to 17.
that was a lot of mess.
You're gonna have to come around.
Yeah, I
to
admit I got the
23.
20 sideways in the tri.
Why is it putting me in front of these cars all of a sudden?
After that, good race, guys. Good win, Nick.
All right. I don't know what's going on, but now I'm in 11th.
Well, I should have finished about 5th if people got to slow down for wrecks.
The lucky dog. And we're gonna have one coming to the outside.
Yeah, if that wreck hadn't happened, I was looking at a good top 5 too. I was just right behind it. It looked like second and
Line up
third
behind
maybe
the
bumped
9.
when they shouldn't have in the corner. How can you crash it if it's circle? Thanks, Byram. Why don't you get out here on Talladega with us, man? Come join us. Come join the
I was trying
fun.
to just stay right on your bumper without hitting you. So
Uh-oh.
everybody in front of us could check
There goes
it out.
my engine.
But
Hey.
I don't think I really need to say this, but we were
Those
trying
of
to
you who
quickly
bet
car
crash,
line up behind the 5.
you're in luck. Because here it
You're gonna
is.
Come around to 16.
There's
You're
the
gonna have to
toe.
Come around to 23. Come around to 13.
So, if you bet crash, you just got it. Gonna wind back and we'll see what starts this thing. Yeah, whoever that is gets turned by the 4, and I've got nowhere to go. I maybe, let me see.
That was probably me, Andrew, but if you were out of control, it's all good.
Yeah, no, there was no escape to the low lane either.
That's okay.
And if I get off the gas and try to brake, actually there wasn't, if I could have gotten on the brakes, I might have been able to get by that. Instead, I tried to go to the high side, and that wasn't working. That was a huge wreck. Anyway, that's all she wrote for that. We're going to go run Stafford. That was crazy.